you from?
Newbury,
Newbury?
which is 56 miles west of London.
Everybody knows it.
Yeah,
Everybody knows
Berkshire.
We've got lots of family over here, though.
Do you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Close family?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yes, we've got our residence visas, so we're on our way over here, definitely.
I see. You like it here?
Love it.
Yeah, I love it. It's our third time here. My
Yeah?
third time.
Yes,
Isn't Newbury going to miss you?
well,
Oh, if they do, it's tough.
What do you like about the place? Why are you so keen?
The weather.
Wide open spaces, it's
Yes.
cleaner,
Yes.
it's just wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
England's
yeah.
very cramped these days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you going to do when you get here, though? I mean, do you have
Enjoy
plans?
life.
Enjoy life.
basically, I will retire here. Obviously, I think it's much better for the future for the
Yes.
kids. I think Jane in particular.
Yes.
I think you've got much more an outward-looking
Yeah.
situation here, where if you work hard, you get opportunity,
Yeah.
which isn't always the case in
Yes.
England. And I just think it's right for the children. It's right for us. We
Yeah.
love the outdoor life. We love the way the Australians treat people, and the way that basically they just love life and accept everybody for who they are and what they are, and that suits us as a family. My brother's over here, my sister's over here, my mother and father came in 70, and they died over here, and they loved it. So I think it's our turn now. I think they've been trying to tell me something for the last 20 odd years.
Now, you've been here for 5 weeks doing what?
Right, we flew into Sydney,
Yes.
and we decided to drive down towards Melbourne
Via the coast.
via
Melbourne.
the coast. Yeah.
Melbourne.
And looking really for places possibly to live, and
All right.
looking at
Yes,
that
yes.
coast. My brother lives in Lorne, so we spent a few days with my brother and his daughter.
Did you find anywhere that you all agreed on?
We have found somewhere,
Yes?
yes, we have. Yeah.
There was no squabbling about
No,
it?
we actually we squabbled over a few places, but
Yes.
the one place we found is
Port
we're all
Macquarie.
we're all agreeing on is Port
It was
Macquarie.
Sunshine Coast we were all squabbling a bit about, 'cause
All
we
right.
love Noosa.
Okay, so if you're going to be here amongst us, I suppose that's a good excuse for me to ask you a little bit about yourselves.
Yeah,
Now,
sure.
why don't I start with you, Jane, and you can tell us about your mum and dad.
Found my mum and dad.
And I'll ask them to tell us about you.
What do you want to know?
What sort of people are they? Are they going to fit in here? Are they
Well, my
easygoing?
mum will talk to anyone, so no doubt that she will actually fit in here. My dad, yeah, I reckon, because
Yes.
he'll just be on the golf course the whole time.
Right.
Can't think
What
of
sort of
any-
people are they? How would you...
Friendly.
If,
Very, very friendly.
if they weren't standing here, what would
My
you...
mum would just come up and talk to you anyway.
Right.
So she's open, aren't you, Mum?
Yes?
My dad would be trying to usher away in case she's embarrassing him.
What about how they were with you? Were they tough with you? Were they easygoing?
No, easygoing, definitely.
Easygoing. Was that good?
Yeah.
You grew up okay?
Yeah. I was still growing up.
You're still going. How old are you?
14.
14. And when you get here, do you have any idea of what you might be doing?
Well, I'm going to school, and then
Yes, sure.
I want to. When I grow up, I want to own my own restaurant. So,
Of course, you do.
so that's what I want to do.
Terrific. And you know where?
Yeah, probably Port Macquarie, where I'm going to live.
Right.
So,
It's all planned.
all planned.
What about men? Do they figure in your dreams and plans?
Of course.
They do, somewhere.
Somewhere.
Mr. Right is waiting for you.
Hopefully.
What would he be like?
Good looking.
And
Funny.
funny.
And have my dad's sense of humour.
Right. Okay. John,
Yeah.
was that accurate?
Not quite sure it was that accurate, but it was nice to hear anyway.
Right. How do you see yourself?
Myself, well, I've been a businessman for
Uh-huh.
nearly 40 years, and I've come to the time where the grass is greener,
Yes.
and I want to take the opportunity to
Yeah.
really, the next 20, 30 years, enjoy myself. I think running any business, but particularly in England, you get
What
a
sort
lot
of
of
business
stress.
were you?
We were in distribution of engineering products, and it was very tough during the late 80s,
Yeah.
early 90s, and
Yeah.
we survived, the business survived, and sold it, and now I want to take the rewards, for all the hard work.
And what are the things that you're looking forward to do?
I love sport.
Yeah.
I love playing golf. I run. I go to the gym. I occasionally play tennis, not quite as much as I used to. I love fishing. So
Is that sort of let's not say average, but is that typical of an English?
probably not.
No.
Probably not.
No.
I think you get a lot of couch potatoes in England.
Yes.
And I think the lifestyle perhaps
Yes.
pushes us that way.
Right.
So I think we're we're not extraordinary as a family, but I think we're not the norm family.
Do you feel a little bit different to those around you where you live?
No, not really. We live in a very affluent area in terms of Newbury, which is basically we call it Silicon Valley. All the new IT industries are there. It's Vodafone's headquarters. It's, you know, Bayer are there. There's some very large companies. So there's a lot of young people in the town, a lot of buzz about the town. So yeah, and I think it's a very nice place to live. But I think
this is nicer
when you have to make a choice.
Can I ask you, Ruth, if you could cast your mind back to when you first met John?
Oh gosh, that's over 30 years ago. Yeah,
A flash in the pan.
time. Yeah. We worked together.
You were working together?
Yeah, that's how we met.
Working together, or were you working in his business?
I was working in his, well, not his business, but we worked for the same company.
Yes. Was he superior to you?
Yes.
Oh dear.
I was a sort of a lowly receptionist, and he was a sales manager. So.
And what happened? How did it start?
Oh, I don't know. The lightning struck somewhere, didn't it? Yes. And, you know, we were together within a matter of months. We were living together, which back in the 60s was not done, but we did.
In the 60s, everybody in the 60s was living together, wasn't it?
Maybe not. Maybe they thought that everybody was, but
They weren't really?
Not really, no.
And was this in Newbury?
No, this was further north. We came from Birmingham, which is, you know, the second largest city in England, and then we moved up to Manchester, and we stayed up there for some years. So we travelled all around England, and as a couple, you know, moved from place to place.
I'm curious, still at the very early stages of the relationship, did John propose to you in a sort of formal, classical, romantic way?
No. We drifted into that after about 3 years of being together, and decided we actually sort of took off from the tennis club one day and said, let's get married, and off we went, got married with a couple of people witnessing the wedding, and then we went back to normal life. There was nothing romantic in a real sense about it at all.
But it was something you felt you should do?
Yes.
And what about your parents? Did they think that was a little sudden?
I think they were a little disturbed at the whole situation. They didn't like the idea of us sort of living together to start with, and no, they were not actually very happy about the situation. But they came to terms eventually, as parents do. They either lose you or they put up with it, and they put up with it, and eventually they forgot all about the past and got on with the future.
John has told us a little bit about himself. What about you yourself?
Well, my lifestyle is fairly similar, except that I'm not a golfer. I'm a tennis player, and I don't work. I'm a housewife, and I get a lot of stick for the fact that I don't work, and I sponge on him, but I love it, and I'm not going to complain. As long as he provides, I'll sponge.
Right.
So it's brilliant, yeah, and I'm looking forward to the outdoor life here too.
Yes. What do you like to sponge most?
Holidays.
Yes, holidays. Yes, the freedom to travel.
Yeah. Well, that seems to be coming true.
Yes, it is. Yeah, we travelled all over the world last year. Yes.
Was there anything memorable on this trip? I know it's your last day. In the last 5 weeks, did anything extraordinary happen? Or memorable?
Probably 2 weeks in Noosa.
Yes, I would say that, Noosa, because we love Noosa, and we always spend time there with family, so it's a lovely time to actually sort of be together with all the family, and it's really special. Yeah.
Now, when you get back to home,
Yes.
what's the first thing that's going to greet you there?
My 92-year-old father, who will be there welcoming us with open arms. We've left the house in his control for 5 weeks, so he'll be there, and we're hoping to bring him out with us. He's a very fit, very able man, and I'm sure he'll come with us.
Well, we hope to see you in a little while then.
Yes, thank you.
Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
My name's Andrew.
My name is Brian.
Brian.
Yes.
That's a very Australian name, but you're
Yes.
not Australian.
No, I'm Australian by naturalization,
Yes.
but originally I come from Iran.
From Iran.
Yes.
And what was your name in Iran?
Bayan.
Bayan.
Yeah. Bayan Brian.
Ah.
Yes.
So, and how long have you been here, Brian?
Oh, actually, this December will be 12 years.
12 years.
Yes.
How did you get here?
Oh, because religiously I am Baha'i, and in Iran we have been persecuted.
Yes.
So that's why I couldn't have choice to to come here, and I was actually in Bangladesh.
Yes.
After graduation in dentistry, I couldn't back to Iran.
Uh-huh. And so
But-
you had, what, when you say you had a choice to come to Australia?
No, I mean, I didn't have choice.
You didn't have a choice.
Yes, so I have to go somewhere.
You had to go somewhere.
Yeah, so I choose Australia
Yes. And was it then, did you apply as a migrant,
as a refugee.
as a refugee?
Yes. As I said, in Iran, the Baha'is have been persecuted, so I choose to come to Australia.
In what, so why were you in Bangladesh?
Oh, I was studying dentistry, and I finished my graduation in dentistry, and then I couldn't go back to Iran anymore.
You felt that you'd be in danger?
Oh yes, definitely.
Were you treated well by the authorities when you came here?
Yeah, of course. I have no problem with the authority. They give me asylum, and they give me, financial support, and
Yes.
I had no problem.
Yeah. And what about dentistry?
Oh, dentistry is not very easy. It's very competitive, and even the degrees from USA or Germany or Japan, they can't work in Australia. Still, they have to go through the same
Yes.
procedure of exam and board exam.
Yes.
It's not easy. Not easy way to.
So you found different types of work?
Yes, and I got job in service station.
Yeah. And you still have a job at the service station?
That's right.
Tell us about your family a little bit. You have
I have 2 children,
yes,
my son and my daughter.
yes,
She born here, and my son born in Bangladesh.
yes. And your wife was also from Iran?
Yes, she's also from Iran, but she born and brought up in United Arab Emirates. In the
Where
Gulf.
did you meet her?
Oh, we met each other in India. We married in India.
Did you?
Yes.
What were you doing there?
Oh, I went to renew my passport in Iranian consulate, and then they told me I have to wait for 2 months to get the result from Iranian Foreign Affairs. And then I went to the town called Panjgani, in which there's a Baha'i school, international school. Then I met my wife there, and then we married.
Then you married. You met her doing, what was she doing there?
Oh, she was also attending in the Baha'i youth conference. So I went there to attend same course.
Mhm.
So we met each other.
And you fell in love straight away?
It was what you call arranged marriage, not
Arranged
not love marriage, but later on I fell in love with her.
So you met her then, but it was already arranged?
No, it wasn't arranged already. I met her, then I talked to her,
I see.
and then slowly I talked to her brother, and
Yes.
then her brother and her family.
Yes.
Then she accept. Then I was quite happy to marry, and to settle myself.
So it was basically you did this as a cultural
Uh,
thing rather than as a romantic thing?
Yes.
Yes.
Though in Baha'i faith there is no arranged marriage. The parents, they don't choose
Right.
the boy and girl. They choose each other.
Yes.
But still, I proposed to her brother first.
Uh-huh.
And then through her brother, I felt shy a bit.
I see.
I was shy boy.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so you say then you fell in love with her later?
Yeah, I mean, gradually love
Yes.
after
Developed.
developed, yes.
Yes. And,
Yes.
and what do you do when you're not working? What are the interests that you have?
Watching TV, especially current affairs, and reading books, paper, and if I find a friend to discuss about current affairs,
Yes.
that's my
Yeah.
hobby.
And do you have friends from Iran? or-
Yes, I have friends from Iran, from Bangladesh, from India, from China, from Australian, and
And when you discuss current affairs, do you solve the problems of the world?
no, we never solve the problem, but we like to discuss about it. Yes, and relate to social problem, to the sometimes religion.
Yes. Are you a religious person?
I am not a strong religious person. I believe I am average person
Mhm.
in religiously.
Average religious?
Yeah, not very strong religious.
Yes. But you believe in something?
Yeah, I believe in God. I believe in Baha'i faith,
Yes.
and in Baha'i faith we believe in all religion.
Uh-huh. And your children also? Yeah.
Yes, my children also. I believe they are spiritual people.
Are they growing up, of course, in an Australian environment?
Yes,
so
yes.
Are they still connected to your culture at all, do you think?
They are connected, but not connected as like me. They are a bit loose. in relation to connection to the old culture of Persia.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are more close to Australian culture.
Is the baby yours?
Yeah, my wife's Indonesian, and that's our son.
That's your son?
Yeah.
What's
Dylan.
it? Dylan?
Yeah, Dylan's his name.
That's a
yeah.
good name. Where is Dylan from?
He's from Padang in Sumatra.
Right, but the name isn't.
No, the name isn't, but the flesh is, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Did you meet your wife there?
Yeah, I met her in Padang about 4 years ago, and we got married, and all that sort of thing. I've lived in Indonesia for a long time.
Before that?
Yeah, I've lived there for 20 years.
Did you?
Yeah. Yeah, I do a lot of surfing in the islands up there. And
Good place to do it?
yeah, very good place to do it. Yeah, very good.
My name's Andrew, by the way.
Yeah, how you going, Andrew?
Hi.
Pleased to meet you.
What's your name, sorry?
Albert.
Albert.
Albert Taylor.
Dylan, and
Anita.
Anita. Hi, Anita.
Yeah.
Now, how long have you been in Sydney, in Australia?
2 weeks.
You just got here?
Yeah. Yeah, we're on a 3-week holiday
Uh-huh.
just to introduce the young fella to all the family
right,
and that. Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
I was wondering, where did you get the name Dylan from, though?
I like surfing, and it means son of the waves,
I see.
if that makes any sense.
Oh,
And
sure.
Bob Dylan as well.
Yeah. Remember Bob?
Yeah, yeah.
And you're going back there. What do you do there, apart from surfing?
I actually skip a charter vessels,
Right.
which takes surfers out to the islands in a group of islands called the Mentawais, which is probably some of the best surf in the world. And I take them out, and we go around to all the islands and surf out there for 12 to 14 days and come back in.
People will think that this is a tough job, but you've got to do it.
Oh, it's very tough. It's very... See all the cancers on me? I'm
Yeah.
getting cut off from doing it.
Yeah. But what got you into it in the first place?
Just a love of surfing.
Yeah.
And
But what got you to Indonesia?
surfing originally.
Was it?
Yeah, back in the late 70s. I
Yeah.
went up there surfing, and I got a job on a charter boat up there. I actually went on a few charters first, and then got offered a job, and I've been there now for 15 years doing it ever since.
And you wouldn't think of leaving?
No, Indonesia's a beautiful place.
Yeah.
It's unfortunately there's a few little problems up there that do need sorting out. But
Do they affect you?
no, not really. No,
Yeah.
no, it's not at this point in time. But who knows what can happen up there tomorrow?
And are there a lot of Australians where you are, or are you?
A lot of us, not so many expats. Where I actually live, there's probably only about an expat community of 30 people, of which there may be 5 Australians that live there year long. But there's a lot of Australians from Australia. Well, a lot of Australian tourists going up there surfing in the islands, and they base themselves and travel through Padang. The operators base themselves.
Right.
The tourists travel through Padang.
So you've made yourself a life there as an expat,
Yeah,
yeah?
yeah.
And how? It's probably quite different to what you would have had here. Where do you come from here?
I come from down south, Wirrilla area, down near Shell Harbour.
Right.
My life up there's unreal.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's unreal.
Unreal good by the look of it. You're
Yeah,
smiling.
if I laid in my box tomorrow, I'd have a big smile on
Yeah,
my face. Yeah, yeah.
Because of.
How lucky I've been
Yeah.
surfing for a job.
Yeah.
I'm out surfing every day of my life.
No stress? No
As
hassle?
much stress as you make for yourself, I guess, but a lot less stress than what there is drinking a last mouthful of coffee and going out and racing into the traffic and all that sort of thing. Yeah.
Tell us how you met Anita.
I was at sea for 3 months, and she was the first girl I seen on the beach. That's a true story.
And so you asked her out.
Yeah, I did. Over a period of time, I asked her out, and since then we've been together since. Yeah, very happily too. I might add.
Was there an official wedding ceremony?
Yes, we had a wedding ceremony out in the middle of the mountains in Sumatra, which was very unique, very traditional. It was
With her family there?
With her whole family there, and four or five of my friends travelled over from Australia, and they were quite amazed at the formalities and the cooking and all that sort of thing. Yeah, it was great.
So, do you have any connections to her culture at all? Like, have you taken any of her culture?
I guess by living there, you're abiding by their culture every day. if you're treading in the right manner. So basically every day, follow traditional ways, respect them, abide by them. Yes. Yeah, it's interesting.
So very different to how you would have lived had you stayed here.
Very different. It's for me to come here. It takes me a week to get back into the groove of it and the realisation. Yeah.
How do you see what do you see ahead for your son Dylan?
I don't know. I haven't thought too much about that yet. Probably come back to Australia for education. That's about as deep as I've thought about it. Yeah.
Do you plan to have any more children?
Yeah, we'd love to have some more children. Yeah. Very lucky to have healthy children. It's the most important thing to have your health, I think.
What are you looking forward to when you get back?
Going surfing. I go in 3 days and I'm going straight out of the islands on my boat.
Front Up used to be one of my favourite shows, actually.
It used to be.
Yeah. But I don't watch much TV anymore. That's my
so
excuse.
We haven't lost you. It's just that you don't watch television. Is that right?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. My name's Andrew.
Hey, Andrew. I'm Carl. Maybe I would have remembered your name if it had been a year or two ago when I used to watch What's the Front Up.
Yeah.
Maybe.
What do you do instead of watching television?
Well, at the moment I've been trying to self-publish this zine of writing and my collage art, but I've just basically for the past about 3 or 4 weeks been working my ass off trying to get translations of this poem into heaps of different languages, and I got
Why?
about
Why?
Oh, it's just sort of an idea I had. I was down in Byron Bay, this backpackers down there, and a lot of people from different countries, and just got taken with the idea of translating some of my poetry into other languages. So a bit later on, sort of when I was doing this zine, I thought, that's a cool idea. In the middle of my zine, I'll have heaps of different languages. I had this incredibly ambitious idea of having heaps of different languages, but I've got about at least 6 translations other than English of this poem. But I just a few days ago I found I lost my folder that had all my translations and all my pictures to finish off my zine. I've almost finished my zine, but I've lost all my translations. I think I'm just going to have to throw in 2 translations.
And who did them for you? Who did the translations?
Oh man, I was running around everywhere. I was down in Brisbane. I contacted the Greek community and the Musgrave Park Cultural Centre and Alliance Française. Got them to help.
And they all did it.
Just pretty much if you keep asking around for the right people. It's only a 6 or 7 line poem, so had lots of nice people who helped me out.
And what's the poem about?
Oh, it's just one I sort of wrote in '91 when I should have been doing work for uni, but instead I stayed up really late at night and sort of watched the moon and the clouds and stuff. And sort of picked it out recently, just looked through my old writings and decided it was a really nice poem, and it wasn't a very long one, so I thought it'd be a good one to get translated.
And what about the scene? What's the scene about?
In the poem?
No, the scene that you were saying you want to get published.
Oh, it's a zine, like a fanzine.
Oh, zine, sorry.
Yeah. It's called Cuando muero sonrío, which is Spanish for when I die I smile. I met a Chilean guy in Byron, and I asked him to teach me a line of Spanish. That was a line that he taught me, Cuando muero sonrío. Man, that's such a cool line. When I die, I smile. So
was that something that he had? Is that something he cooked up?
That he, I don't know. I think he was just a really inspiring guy. Just sort of, I don't know. He must have had something cool going on in his head.
How much work have you put into it so far?
Too much, basically. That's all I'm going to say.
So this is what you were doing instead of doing something else?
Well, basically, I've been waiting to go up north into the Daintree and hang out with a friend of mine, but I've been staying in Cairns and spending more money than I should try to get it finished. But no, it's when you work really, really hard on something and it just stuffs up and it blows up in your face, I reckon maybe it's good because it makes you realise that you can't sort of cling to anything. You can't sort of cling to anything, think that that's what's going to make your life wonderful. So you just got to, I don't know. That's a good way of looking at it anyway.
That's right, and you were enjoying doing it.
Oh yeah, labour of love, yeah.